This is Bradley Barth with SC Media, reporting from Denver, Colorado, future home to the Museum of AI. And I'm very pleased to have with me today the executive director of this up-and-coming attraction, Tracy Altman. Tracy, I'm so happy you could be here today. What is the inspiration and the impetus behind this exciting endeavor that you're planning?
Thank you, Bradley. The inspiration is all the beautiful immersive experience that we see here, particularly in Colorado. And as much as the market is growing and thriving in the consumer space, I see very little happening in B2B. Not much experiential marketing or experiential learning. So the Museum of AI is created to close that gap.
So give a sense as to the overall tone that you're shooting for this museum and what kinds of experiences people will be in store for. Will there be a certain amount of interactivity? Will there be some active research and development going on? Explain some of the details behind it.
Sure. So we produce immersive theater experiences about artificial intelligence. So hence combining practical AI knowledge and the immersive experience that people know and love. We partner with AI vendors to integrate their technology into our storylines and interactive exhibits. Everything is interactive. As I mentioned, it's immersive theater, so there are actors in character supporting a storyline that engage with the visitors, challenge them, give them clues, so on and so forth. And we are very proud of that we are fully interactive.
It sounds like a lot of fun, and I understand that this is going to begin as a pop-up experience, and then from there you'll see if it maybe even graduates into something more dedicated and permanent.
Absolutely. So pop up this fall. Testing a location is part of it. Quite honestly, there are 3 or 4 outstanding locations that we're looking at, and ideally the one where we pop up in will be the permanent one, and it won't be a very long turnaround for us. So
All right. Well, artificial intelligence at this point plays a role in a lot of different sciences, fields of study, businesses, and cybersecurity is one of them. So I'm curious to know if you plan on incorporating cybersecurity and the role AI plays in cybersecurity as one of your exhibits or lessons at the museum.
absolutely, because again, it's a B2B market that we're addressing, even though, of course, we encourage students, consumers, business people, not all just technical people. But since it's B2B, cybersecurity is paramount. And for example, one of our stories that we're completing right now wraps around deepfakes. So the docent, aka actor in our story, kind of challenges the guest to identify an authentic video versus a deepfake, and they learn various steps that we can, as humans, can apply. And then they also learn, like, how would an AI vendor or an identity vendor apply AI to identify anomalies that a human would never recognize.
And you're looking at all sides of the equation, right, in terms of both the good side and the bad side of AI. So in the cybersecurity field, the darker side might be something like a deep fake video, but on the good side, network defenders are using artificial intelligence at times to observe various threats and to be able to identify certain threats that perhaps the human eyes couldn't potentially decipher.
Absolutely. We like to say at the Museum of AI, there's no bad robots or good robots. They're robots. It's technology, and we want people to understand it as deeply as they can, understand how to apply it in their work. And as you say, AI is actively applied on both sides. Honestly, there's really more than two sides, right? But you mostly have good actors and bad actors. And so that's the lesson we want to convey to people is, yes, we don't, it might be flawed. We don't throw it all out, though. We repair. We get better, as opposed to saying it's all dark side.
So when people are walking out the exit doors, maybe buying something at the gift shop, what are you hoping they walk away with? What lesson or what takeaway or just overall feeling do you want to invoke in the guests who visit?
Okay, so it's not an easy challenge, but what we want to accomplish is they had fun and they truly understand better how AI can affect their lives, partly for the worse, but mostly for the better. And they feel transformed and ready to take action and more seriously recognize how AI might help them in their work.
My guest again, Tracy Altman, Executive Director of the Museum of AI, coming soon this fall to the Denver metropolitan area. I'm Bradley Barth with SC Media. Thanks for joining us and have a safe day online.